We get in here, tribe. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Hood Indian shit, man. Negro and the meanings and where it came from and how it affects us still to this day. Let's go. Had a little difficulties last night with the audio, but we been working on it all night. We getting to it, man. We in here, tribe up. Hey, Jaguar Cloud, peace, peace, peace. How are you? Salute, Original, peace, peace. Welcome, welcome, welcome this morning. Peace. Hey, peace to the originals, man. Peace to everybody in the building, man. Y'all in here, man. Urban Indian, man. It's me, Chief Nedja, man. It's good to be amongst y'all. We here. Once again, we getting to it like you knew it. You feel me? Without further ado, man, we're going to get into some of these terms and understanding where they came from and how they affect us to this very day. Sorry, my son in the background. He up. I do got him with me. Okay, the peace pipe. That's it. You know, get to it. You gotta still get this knowledge out, man. Y'all know how we do. So without further ado, I don't want to hold up anything. I want to make sure this audio works because I'm having it read so we don't have to read it ourselves. A lot of reading, it's a lot deep. So let me make sure that this audio pick up and we can get into it, y'all. Peace and love, you hear me? Okay, I see what I got done. I'm gonna have to keep my mic on. Let me run back. Let me run it 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 back. Okay, I see what I got done. I'm gonna have to keep my bad about that. Just trying to make sure this is all good. I got y'all though. I got y'all. We're gonna get into this. It's no cap. Let's do this.
The use of the terms Negro and Black
On the
to
background
include
noise,
persons
but
of
it's how we
Native
gotta do
American
it.
ancestry in Anglo, North America. Jack D. Forbes. In 1854, the California State Supreme Court sought to bar all non-Caucasians from equal citizenship and civil rights. The court stated, "The word black may include all Negroes, but the term Negro does not include all black persons. We are of the opinion that the words white, Negro, mulatto, and black person, whenever they occur in our Constitution, must be taken in the generic sense, that the words black person in the 14th section must be taken as contradistinguished from white, and necessarily includes all races other than the Caucasian. As convoluted as the quote may be, it tends to express a strong tendency in the history of the United States toward creating two broad classes of people, white and non-white, citizen and non-citizen, or semi-citizen. The tendency to create a two-caste society often clashed with the reality of a territory which included many different types of people, of all colors and different degrees of intermixture of European, American, African, and Asian. Native American people, whether of unmixed ancestry or mixed with other stocks, were at times affected by the tendency to create a purely white-black social system, especially when living away from a reservation or the ancestral homeland. Point 2. In the British slave colonies of North America along the Atlantic coast, many persons of American ancestry were at times classified as blacks, Negroes, mulattoes, or people of color, and these terms were, of course, used for people of African ancestry. The manner in which Americans and part Americans were sometimes classified as
hit that like button,
people of color from New England to South Carolina and in the Spanish Empire are explored also here. 3. The purpose here is to illustrate how the term Negro has also been applied to people of American descent. Unlabeled image. The possibility that Native Americans were quite commonly called Negroes is very much supported by Portuguese usage. During the colonial period, Brazilian Indians were repeatedly referred to as Negroes or as Negros da Terra, Negroes of the land. A great many examples from the 16th and later centuries are cited by Georg Friederichi in his analysis of Portuguese sources. These do not have to be repeated here, but suffice to say that it was so common that finally in 1755 a royal decree had to be issued as follows.
We're gonna get into this today, y'all. This shit gets really deep, bro.
Among the regrettable practices, which have resulted in the disparagement of the Indians, one prime abuse is the unjustifiable and scandalous practice of calling them Negroes. Perhaps by so doing the intent was no other than to induce in them the belief that by their origins they had been destined to be the slaves of whites, as is generally conceded to bear to case of blacks from the coast of Africa. The directors will not permit henceforth that anybody may refer to an Indian as a Negro, nor that they themselves may use this epithet among themselves, as is currently the case.
We click this to keep it going, y'all, real quick for you. On that, man. Got the baby here.
This Portuguese usage is extremely significant, not only because American or part American slaves could be referred to as Negroes in early shipment records, but also because it very much affects one's analysis of population statistics in colonial Brazil, where, in fact, the categories of Negro and mulatto must have often included domesticated or enslaved Indians and mixed bloods.
Insofar as the term Negro became synonymous with slave or a servile status, it lost any specific color reference and became a general term of use, darker people preferring to be called preto as a result. It is highly likely that the Spaniards also referred to slaves generally as Negroes in the Caribbean, and that the Dutch took over the same general practice, since Negro and Negro were not Dutch words and had no immediate equivalent except sword, donker and bruin. The Dutch-French-Spanish dictionary of 1639 has the following entry for Spanish: Negro, noir, sombre, obscure, diffuse, brune French sword, donker, bruin Dutch. The Spanish Negro could be translated as dark or brown as well as black sword. Undoubtedly this usage facilitated making reference to all slaves as Negroes or Negers in the Dutch language. Moreover, it is to signify counter-Spaniard residing in Antwerp in the early 17th century. The preparer of the dictionary saw Negro as being translated in a number of ways in both French and Dutch. Point 4.
By the latter half of the 16th century, the English were referring to the people of Africa as Ethiopians, blackamoors, Negroes, and Moors, somewhat interchangeably. Negro gradually came to be the dominant term, especially after exhaustive contact with the Spanish. 12 unlabeled image. And the Portuguese. Point 5. What is not clear is the extent to which the term Negro was consciously translated as black. The automatic association of Negro with black color cannot be assumed, since black Africans are actually of medium or dark brown color. In any case, another association gradually arose, and that was between Negro and slave. Early legislation commonly referred to Negro mulatto and Indian slaves. Over the years, Negro and black both became synonymous with enslavement. In 1702, an observer wrote that the wealth of Virginia consisted of slaves or Negroes. By 1806, Virginia judges ruled that a person who was of a white appearance was to be presumed free, but, in the case of a person visibly appearing to be of the slave race, it is incumbent upon him to make out his freedom. In 1819, South Carolina judges stated flatly, the word Negroes has a fixed meaning, slaves, 6. What the English meant by the term Negro when they first began to use it is not clear. Certainly, it was not then synonymous with slave, as a great many persons so classified were free. Did it mean an African, a black person, or any dark-skinned individual? Today the term is not widely employed in Britain, although the word black is used to refer to people of various skin colors from all of South Asia, the Middle East, the West Indies, and Africa. Most Native Americans, if living in Britain today, would be regarded as being black, especially if their ancestry were not known. Negro was also used in a general way in the North American colonies. Some examples illustrate the use of Negro and black as applied to people of American ancestry. An example from the West Indies is especially illuminating. In 1764, William Young was sent to St. Vincent as a part of the British occupation of that island. Living on St. Vincent were about 3,000 black Caribs or free Negroes, about 100 red Caribs or Indians, and some 4,000 French and their slaves, according to Young. The British found it difficult to control the Caribs and wars were fought with them in 1771 to 1772 and again during 1795 to 1796. During the latter crisis, Young wrote an extremely anti-Carib tract designed to prove that the Caribs should be removed from St. Vincent. They were eventually defeated and some 5,000 were shipped to an island near the coast of Honduras.
Yeah, we traveling, man. We in here, man. Let's keep it going.
Young was anxious to prove that the so-called black Caribs were not true Aborigines, but were in fact Negro colonists, free Negroes, or...
Yeah, they seem to have a problem with that. My people are Caribbean descent. My people from Haiti, you feel what I'm saying? So, like, my shit a lot different. A lot of people used to tell me that, oh, you not Aboriginal, you not Indian, man. Listen, everything. Word. Yo!
Let me see your hands, boss. Come on to me, man. Hey, guys.